This is Joe from Beard Talk with Kyle and Joe. Thank you so much for joining me for a very special video that I have for you today. Yes, I know we have been on quite the hiatus as we have been focusing on our brand new podcast entitled What's Going On with Kyle and Joe. I highly recommend that you go ahead and check that out. You can find it on your favorite platform where you listen to all your podcasts, such as Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. But that's not what we're here for. Today, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about none other than Brio, and that is the Beardscape version 2. Hang tight after this intro, and you know I'll be right back. Like I mentioned in the opening, we are talking about Brio, the Beardscape version 2. Now, I was in a dire need of some new trimmers after my last one's battery just completely fizzled out on me. Now, as you guys have seen in the majority of our videos and our lives, I talk highly about my barber. Shout out to Frankie Fades at the barbershop in Boardman, Ohio. As I mentioned, though, I did go ahead and buy some new trimmers. There are some times where I just don't have time to get to the barber and I just need to do some quick maintenance work on myself. Also, I am a guy who does Manscaped as well, which is very important to me, and I needed to get some good trimmers that would help with that as well. So I did go ahead and listen to some of the hype that's out there about the company that is called Brio. So when I was doing my research, I kept seeing the trimmers entitled the Beardscape, and I noticed that they had a newer version out there that I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and buy it. I've heard nothing but good things, and let's just see if those good things match up to my own experience. So let's go ahead and start off with the presentation and the price. First and foremost, I do want to go ahead and say that when I made this purchase, I probably went a little bit overboard, as I did go ahead and get the Beardscape version 2, like full blown like kit, which comes with like a whole bunch of different guards, comes with a travel case. Overall, the total price on it was about $130. I probably could have spent more time and, you know, realized that I could have just got like the clippers themselves and cut that price down a little bit. So as I showed you off, and this is the box that it will come in. As you can see, you got some very nice packaging. You got a very solid box here. And inside this box, which I already have open, you get a eclectic amount of different items within this package. So as I mentioned, you do get a bunch of different guards here, which come in this box over here. I love that they have this box labeled with some, with some pictures to let you know everything that's going to be in here. In here, you also get some oil that you can put on your blade here to make sure that they continue to run smoothly. And one thing that Brio advertises a lot, and some things that I have seen, is that Brio guarantees that these are trimmers that are going to be durable and last for a very long time. And I believe that that's why they put this oil in here, to ensure that that happens. And over here, you get a little brush in there. And then these are pictures of some of the guards that come in here. Let's go ahead and open here, and I'll go ahead and show you what some of these guards look like. So as you can see here, this is one of the guards here. And what I like about this is these are like reversible. So you have on each side, you have different size guards here. And why that's important is because it's going to basically cut in half the amount of guards that you would normally need. All the guards are like this. If these were individual guards, you would have double the amount that is shown right in this video. So as you can see here, I have 4 different size guards here. And if they went ahead and went the single guard route, we would have a total of 8. Unnecessary. I really like this. I love how you're able to just go ahead and basically click it in. And if you need to switch it, flip it, and there you go. You also get a charging cord here. There's the box for that. And there it is. And what is really cool, it has a nice charging display stand as well. That is very nice. So if you like to keep your clippers right on the counter there, you can go ahead and have a nice little display there, and it sits really nice in there. And as you can see, there is the prongs, and then there is the outlet there. So very cool. So this is what the clippers look like here, and this is a very cool looking machine. These are some nice looking clippers there. So as you can see, you got these ridges here. That's going to be for some good grip action there. And then you have your LED screen, you got your button, and then this is what's going to slide your guard up and down. And for the different sizes, all you do is you press that and then you push it with your thumb there. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, I clicked it, and here is this little guard here that is going to come up. And as you push it up, that just is going to show where the guard goes. If you want to go ahead and lower it, there's the difference right there. So there you go. All right. And let's go ahead and turn it on. So as you can see, there is a push button here. So as you can see, it is on, has a little beep there. So as you can see on that screen there, there is a little lock symbol. And it says hold power for 5 seconds to unlock. What that is that is a travel lock. So if you have this in a travel bag and you're at the airport, the last thing that you want is for something to accidentally turn on your clippers. Well, in order for them to turn on, you got to go ahead and hold it for 5 seconds. So I think that is very cool. I think that is a great way to save your battery and just to save an overall headache. So let's go ahead and turn it on here. You just hold it 5 seconds. All right, so it beeps a couple times, and there you go. It goes ahead and displays that LED screen. And I just turned it on there. Go ahead and turn it off for a minute. And what I really love about this LED screen is that it will show you on the screen which millimeter setting that you have the guard on. And it will show you the RPM and how many minutes that are left in your battery life. All right, so as I mentioned, it has a 7,000 RPM little motor on there, and you can go ahead and adjust the speed on that as you go. So 7,000 is the highest. It will go down to, you have 6,500, 6,000, 5,500, 5,000, and that's the lowest it goes. And then as you go lower, the battery increases. So obviously, if you're going at a slower speed, that means you're not using as much battery. So you're going to have more battery life there. I absolutely love that display. I think the presentation on this item is absolutely wonderful. I also just love, and you can see on the sides here, it's got some really good grip action. So it's easy to hold. All right. So enough with the presentation. As you can tell, I think I'm a big fan of the presentation and the way it looks. Let's go ahead and talk about how these clippers actually worked. So when I went ahead and started using these, I went ahead and I just kind of kept it. I just wanted to do a basic maintenance trim on my beard. I wanted to get rid of some of the transparency that grows on the bottom here. And one of the things that I really enjoyed the most about this was that this gives you a nice solid line when you are, trimming there. So as you can see here, you can tell where I trimmed because of how straight this line is. Now that is the shape route that I decided to go with. You could, depending on how you're holding the clippers and how you're using them, you can shape it to your liking. And I really think that Brio makes it very easy for you to shape your beard how you would like to do that. Obviously, that is also going to depend on the type of guards that you use and how much of your beard you actually want to take off. Me, I'm only always doing just some maintenance trims. Again, it's about getting rid of that transparency so I can make my beard looking as bulky as possible. So when I'm doing that, I am really just kind of touching the sides here, starting from the sideburns and working my way down. And then I'm getting, whatever, hair on my neck that is growing as well that may needs a trim. And then I'd like to do the hand test. So the hand test basically is you put your hand underneath your beard, and you should not really be able to see your hand behind your beard. If you do, then there's some transparency there, and you may want to consider trimming some of that off to ensure that your beard is looking its absolute fullest. I really appreciate the way that Brio really focuses on the actual beard itself, because if you are like me, your beard is absolutely sacred to you. The last thing that you really want to do is mess it up and run the risk of having to either shave it off or just take it down so drastically that it's just something that you never wanted to begin with. So I really appreciate the time and effort that Brio took to ensure that you are have the capability to just trim your beard in a very safe manner. And it gives you so many options with these attachments and sizes to really just trim to your absolute liking. The last thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is that this specific item came with this zero blade. And what is really cool is that the zero blade is designed to cut as close as possible. It's set at 0.2 millimeters. And as it states here right on the box, it says this blade will slice through the thickest hair, leaving you with an extra close trim. So this is something that if you are bald and bearded, if you want to go ahead and use this on your head, this will take your hair down really well. From what I've seen on videos, it will not leave your head completely smooth, but it will take it down quite well if you actually like to leave a little bit of a shadow there. What I would actually use this for is if I wanted to go ahead and line up my cheeks there, if I wanted those crisp lines. It would even be really good on your neck there if you're starting to grow your hair kind of past your Adam's apple a little bit. Usually what I do for my neck hair is I usually let it go to my Adam's apple. And if it starts to go a little bit past that is when I'm going to start giving it a little bit of a maintenance trim. So yes, the zero blade is very cool. One of the things that I know that I need more practice with is, and this is really just for kind of a lack of experience on my end, is really just switching out the blades. They do make it quite easy to do so. All you have to do is really just, pop this off, and then you can switch it right in there. And overall, it's not too bad. It just takes a little bit of a practice there, and everything lines up quite easily. And then switching the guards on there is very easy as well. It just snaps on and it snaps off in order to do that. So overall, how would I rate this? Honestly, if I had to give it out of 10, I would probably give this experience a solid 8 out of 10. And honestly, I think that has room to go even higher, just because I am somebody who does need some more practice when it comes to trimming my own beard. But I figured, hey, why not go ahead and put this video out if you are somebody like me who actually relies more on a barber to trim your beard and you want to go ahead and give it a go to try it yourself. I think these are excellent trimmers to purchase if you are considering doing such a thing. Lastly, I will say when it comes to using it on body hair, that was something that I thought it had some room for improvement as well. There were some points where I thought that it snagged a little bit onto some of the hairs, and that does obviously leave you with a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling. I'm going to go ahead and, practice a little bit more and maybe get used to these a little bit more. But I think, if that is an experience that, I continue to have, that could be something that drops my rating down a little bit. But I really do think an 8 out of 10 is something very fair for this. So you guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I think if you are considering getting some Brios, I will say that they are, from so far first experience, pretty much worth the hype. I know I've seen some guys out there who are just so on it. And honestly, I totally get it. Your beard is something that is sacred to you, and you want to make sure that you have the best overall experience. Of course, like anything else, it's not going to be something that absolutely pleases everybody. It's kind of like, do you want a Samsung or do you want an Apple phone? It just really depends on what you're looking for. But I really think Brio comes with the full package, and it really gives somebody who's newer to trimming my own beard a really good first-time experience, and gives me a confidence level that I'm not really going to screw up my beard unless I do something very stupid. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Cousin out.